What if the secret to changing your life has been hidden in plain sight? Not something you need to find, but something you've been overlooking. What if the life you've been striving for was always within your reach, waiting for you to simply understand how to access it? This isn't about chasing some external goal or some far-off dream. It's about realizing that everything you desire has always been an internal process. It's not about trying to find something new, but rediscovering what you've always had, but just haven't seen, like a set of keys you forgot you had. You might be thinking you've tried everything, but what if you've been overlooking the most fundamental, the most vital component of transformation? Imagine that there is an ancient teaching, a forgotten method passed down through generations that can reshape your entire reality. This isn't a New Age fad or some trendy self-help gimmick. No, this is about harnessing the true power within you. The power you have, that you always had, to create the life you desire. Just like a garden, your mind needs the right seeds to grow the life you want. If you only plant weeds, that's what you'll get. But if you plant the seeds of your desires, watch them grow into the life you truly want, by simply understanding how to cultivate the garden that is your mind. This is a principle that transcends cultures and traditions. It has always been available, but simply veiled differently, and like a hidden treasure, now it's time for you to finally unearth it. This ancient secret isn't just a technique, it's the key to unlocking the full potential of your life. It's not something you try, but something you integrate. Without this understanding, your goals will forever remain distant, just beyond your reach. It's the master key to your manifestation goals. With it, you have the power to bend reality to your favor, not in some mystical sense, but in a real and tangible way. Think of it this way: as a man thinketh, so is he. This isn't just a simple concept, it's a fundamental truth, a universal law. Your thoughts create your reality. This means that real transformation begins, not by changing the world around you, but by changing the world within you. If you focus on changing the external world without changing your internal state, you will always return to where you started. The world outside will always mirror the world within, so true change can only happen within. Before any transformation can take root, before any manifestation can occur, you need to have a calm and still mind. Just like you wouldn't try to plant seeds in rocky, unfertile soil, you cannot hope to reprogram your mind with a chaotic thought process. This stillness is the fertile ground where new beliefs are cultivated. It's where your inner world becomes receptive to change and begins to reflect the outer world you've always desired. The method, which I will reveal soon, involves a specific affirmation, but it's not just about reciting words, it's about feeling them, embodying them, and letting them resonate deep within your subconscious. Now, you may be wondering, why this method? How does it work? And why is the repetition of this affirmation so vital? What's the specific affirmation that I've been teasing? And why has this ancient method remained hidden for so long? Well, you may be surprised, but the answer is closer than you think. We will reveal all of this to you soon, including why this must be done nightly for 21 nights. But first, let's begin with the first steps. So let's delve into the heart of this ancient secret, the core of this transformative practice. Remember when I said that the greatest truths are often found in the most unassuming places? Here it is. The affirmation, the series of words that, when felt deeply, can alter the very fabric of your reality. This isn't some complicated ritual or mystical incantation, but a simple series of statements. It's so simple, in fact, that you might dismiss it. But that's where its power lies, in its simplicity. You must understand, this is not just about saying words, but feeling them. It's not about wishful thinking, but about creating a new reality within your mind, and therefore, in your life. The words are as follows: I am now living in my ideal reality. Everything I desire is now manifesting in perfect timing. My life is filled with joy, abundance, and endless possibilities. Now, let me ask you, what do you feel when you read these words? Does it feel like a possibility, or does it feel like an unattainable dream? Remember, your feelings are what create your reality, and your subconscious is listening. Think of this affirmation as a seed. If you try to plant a seed in hard, dry soil, it won't grow. It needs fertile ground, a place where it can take root and flourish. Your mind, in its stillness, is that fertile ground. The prayer is the seed. But what is the water and the sun that allows it to grow? The answer is feeling and visualization. Just like a seed cannot grow without water and sunlight, this affirmation cannot create change without feeling and visualization. You can recite these words all day, but without feeling them and internalizing them, they will remain just words, floating on the surface of your mind. They must sink deep into your subconscious, becoming your new reality, your new belief. This is not just about repeating an affirmation, but reprogramming your subconscious mind with new beliefs that begin to bend reality to your favor. The real change doesn't happen by merely speaking the words. It happens when those words become a part of your being, when they become your truth. This process requires you to create the environment for growth, and that begins with your inner world. This process isn't merely about reciting words, but about feeling them, embodying them, and allowing them to become a part of your very being. You must not just say, "I am now living in my ideal reality," but feel it, see it, and experience it as if it is already your truth. This is an act of deliberate creation. You are not just wishing for something, you are claiming it. These words are not meant to be a fleeting thought. They are a blueprint for your new reality. Think of it like this. You are not asking for a better life. You are declaring that it is already yours. You are not seeking abundance. You are embodying it. Your feelings are the fuel that will power the creation of your new reality. If you feel these words are true, then they will be. If you don't, they won't be. The choice is always yours. It is not enough to simply think these words. You must truly feel them. Now, let's take this one step further, and let me introduce you to the power of visualization. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. This is why, after you repeat your affirmation, you need to create a mental scene as if your desires are already a reality. See yourself living in your ideal life, surrounded by everything that brings you joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Engage all of your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you feel? Feel the happiness and gratitude as if your desires have already been met. The more vivid and real this mental scene feels, the more deeply it will imprint onto your subconscious mind. This isn't just daydreaming. It's a powerful tool for reprogramming your beliefs and shaping your reality. You are now not only declaring your new reality through words, but are now also building the foundations of your new reality through your inner world. Now, here's the catch. This practice isn't a one-time event. It's a commitment, and you must continue this process for 21 nights. This isn't just a random number, but a critical time frame for locking in new beliefs and reprogramming your subconscious mind. Studies have shown that it takes approximately 21 days to form a new habit, and this applies to your beliefs as well. It is during these 21 days that your subconscious starts to accept these new beliefs, and your reality will begin to reflect these changes. Think of it like building a house. You don't just lay one brick and hope it's built. You must continue to add brick upon brick, building upon your foundations. These 21 nights are the foundations that will allow your new beliefs to solidify, your new reality to begin to form, and your dreams to take root. But here's where most people falter. They start with great enthusiasm, but when the process becomes challenging, when they encounter resistance or doubt, they give up. They abandon the garden before the seeds have a chance to sprout. Do not be like them. Understand that the point where most people give up is often right before they're about to experience a breakthrough. It's during these times when you feel like giving up that you must persist, push through the doubts and resistance, and keep going. If you want to change, you must also want to commit to change. This isn't a test of willpower, but a commitment to your vision, to your dreams, to your new reality. You are not just planting seeds, you are building the foundations of a new life. This is why consistency is the key, and giving up will be detrimental to your transformation. However, there's a subtle yet crucial aspect of this process that often gets overlooked: the importance of detachment. You see, it's not enough to just commit to the practice, you must also not be attached to the outcome. This might seem counterintuitive at first. You might be thinking, how can I manifest my desires if I'm not focused on them? The truth is that the need to control your manifestations is often the very thing that blocks them. You cannot force your desires to manifest. They must be allowed to unfold naturally, in perfect timing. Think of it like this. If you constantly check up on a plant, digging it up to see if the roots are taking, you will actually be harming it. Just like you must allow a plant to grow on its own, you must also allow your manifestations to grow on their own. You cannot micromanage the process. This is why you must trust in the unseen forces working on your behalf. This doesn't mean that you give up on your desires. It simply means that you release your attachment to how and when they will manifest. You must trust that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring your desires into reality in the most perfect way and in perfect timing. Think of your desires like a seed that you've already planted. You wouldn't constantly dig up the seed to check if it's growing, would you? You simply trust that it will grow in its own time if given the proper conditions. In the same way, you must trust that your desires are already being manifested. This faith isn't passive, it's an active force that allows the manifestation process to unfold. You are planting the seeds, and now you must trust that they will grow into the beautiful garden of your desires, and with patience and persistence, you will begin to see the fruits of your labor. Now, you might be wondering, what will you actually experience? Will there be a lightning bolt or a grand realization? The shift often happens in subtle ways. You might not notice it immediately, but slowly you will begin to recognize synchronicities and opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere. It's as if the universe is beginning to rearrange itself to align with your new beliefs. The external world is beginning to reflect your inner world, like a mirror reflecting an image. You must be observant and pay attention, as these shifts won't be grand and dramatic, but small and subtle. It's in these small moments that you will begin to see and understand that the practice is working, the transformation has begun, and the seeds that you've planted are beginning to sprout. As you continue this process, you'll also notice a change within yourself. You will start to feel more confident, more resilient, and lighter. Challenges that once felt insurmountable will start to seem smaller and less significant. It's not that the external circumstances have changed drastically, but rather your inner state has transformed. You're no longer reacting to the world around you, but responding from a place of inner peace and power. This is the real magic. It's not about changing the world outside, but the world within. As you begin to feel lighter and more at peace, so will your external world begin to reflect this inner state. You are the master of your reality, and the more you understand this, the more you will begin to see it reflected in the world around you. Do you remember when I first introduced the concept of the ancient secret? It's not some loud, extravagant revelation, but is actually a subtle shift. It's not a grand explosion of change, but a quiet unfolding of potential. The real magic, the real shift, is in these subtle moments of change that you may have been overlooking. It is not a matter of changing the world outside, but a matter of changing your inner world first, which will then create the changes in your outer world. Just like the seed breaks through the soil quietly, so too will your transformation happen in subtle yet powerful ways as your seeds sprout. Remember that this entire process is a journey, with each step building upon the last. From understanding the need for stillness to planting the seed of intention and letting go of attachment, you have now been given all of the necessary tools to finally begin your transformation. So, now it's time for you to take the next step, to commit to this nightly ritual. Each night, before you drift off to sleep, repeat the affirmation with feeling and vivid visualization, allowing it to gently settle into your subconscious. Remember, your last thoughts before sleep are the first thoughts of your subconscious, and this is the perfect time to start reprogramming it with your new reality. It is during this state of relaxation that your subconscious is most receptive to suggestion. By doing this nightly, you are consistently planting seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious, and your new reality will begin to grow. As you repeat the affirmation, remember that you are not just saying words, you are embodying a new reality. You must repeat it with the same feeling and visualization each night, without forcing it, and without trying to control it, but with a gentle, welcoming attitude. It is not about forcing it, but allowing it, letting your desires be absorbed into your subconscious like a seed finding its place in the earth, gently and naturally. The most important thing is to not resist the process, but to simply allow it to happen, gently and effortlessly. You must also make sure to not worry about the outcomes. You've planted the seeds. Now you must simply allow the process to unfold. You must trust that the universe is working in your favor. And understand that each night, as you plant these seeds in your subconscious, you are setting the stage for your new reality. And with each repetition, you are solidifying this new belief system and bending reality towards your favor. It's not just about repeating the affirmation, but about embodying the feeling of already having what you desire. This feeling is what will create the external shifts. This is how you will begin to see the fruits of your labor as your dreams begin to manifest and your reality transforms. So let's bring it all together, shall we? Let's return to the heart of the matter, the affirmation that holds the key to unlocking your potential, that simple yet profound series of words. I am now living in my ideal reality. Everything I desire is now manifesting in perfect timing. My life is filled with joy, abundance, and endless possibilities. Now, consider this. Have you overlooked it precisely because it seems too simple? Perhaps you expected some grand secret, hidden away in an ancient text, but the power was always in this simple declaration, in the feeling it evokes within you, in the visualization that follows. The real magic isn't in the words themselves, but in the feeling, in the belief that you embody while saying them. This is how you bend reality to your favor, by embodying it first, through feeling. Now, let's revisit our analogy of the mind as a garden. You've planted the seeds of intention with your nightly affirmation and visualization, and each night, with your consistent practice, you are tending to this garden. Each time you repeat this process, you are watering your seeds, providing them with the energy and belief needed to take root and grow. Just like a garden requires tending to thrive, so does your mind, and now you have all the tools that you need to ensure its growth. You've done the work, and now it is in your hands to reap the harvest. The power was always within you, and you now have the tools to finally unleash it. This is not magic. This is simply planting seeds of intention within your mind. The real transformation, as you've now come to understand, occurs not in your external world, but within. It is your inner world that must be aligned with your outer desires. The subconscious mind, as we know, cannot distinguish between the real and the vividly imagined. This is why, through consistent affirmation and visualization, you are creating new pathways in your mind, building a new foundation for your new reality. As you change your inner world, so will your external world begin to reflect these changes. When you focus on your thoughts, feelings, and visualizations, you're creating new beliefs, which will then change your external world. Everything, as you now realize, begins within, not without. Consider this. You were never powerless. You were simply unaware of the power you held. You were never at the mercy of your circumstances, but rather, you were the silent creator, shaping your reality with every thought, feeling, and belief. Now, you are stepping into your role as a conscious creator. You are no longer a passive observer of your life. Instead, you are an active participant, deliberately shaping your destiny with intention. This is not a small shift, but a fundamental change in how you perceive yourself and your place in the universe. The power was always within you, and now you finally understand that. This technique, this practice, isn't new. It's a timeless principle that has been followed by sages and seers throughout history, passed down through the ages. These individuals, who understood the secrets of the universe, understood this power, and applied it in their own lives. This is why this knowledge has stood the test of time, transcending cultures and specific beliefs. This isn't some modern-day invention, but a rediscovery of an ancient secret, veiled in plain sight, waiting for you to claim it. The wisdom of the past is now your tool for the present. True power, as you now understand, comes from stillness, from the ability to quiet the mind and connect with your inner self. The act of letting go, of releasing the need to control, is not passive, but a powerful, active force. It's in this stillness that manifestation begins, in this place of peace that you allow your desires to unfold. By releasing the need for control, you are releasing the resistance that creates doubt and worry, allowing your manifestations to unfold naturally and in perfect timing. This act of surrender is an act of trust, a recognition that you are not alone in this process. The implications of this practice, when mastered, are profound. Over time, you will not only see a change in your circumstances, but also in yourself. This isn't a quick fix, but a slow and steady transformation. You will find yourself bending reality to your favor and seeing your life change for the better in profound ways. You will be moving beyond merely having what you desire, but becoming the person who already embodies it. And this subtle shift is where the true power lies, where you move from desiring to knowing. Understand this. The true transformation occurs not when you achieve your desires, but in the person you become in the process. It's not just about getting what you want, it is also about growing in the process. You are growing into a version of yourself that is more aligned with your higher self. As you continue on this journey, you will begin to understand the nature of your power by consciously learning how to control your inner world. Your desires will be manifested, not just externally, but internally as well, as you grow into the person you were always meant to be. Now, let's return to the concept of faith and letting go. You have done your part. You have planted the seeds. Now, you must trust in the universe and let go of the need to control the process. This active faith is not passive, but is rather a deliberate act of allowing the process to unfold. It involves trusting that the universe will bring your desires to you in perfect timing, and it involves letting go of the need to control the how or when. This faith is what will allow your seeds to grow without interruption and without interference. You have now gone through all the steps of this journey, from initial curiosity to practical application. You have understood the importance of stillness, the power of affirmation, the need for visualization, and the crucial element of letting go. You have come full circle and are now armed with all the necessary tools to finally begin this journey of self-transformation. You are now ready to begin seeing the fruits of your labor, ready to reap the rewards that await. Now, it is time for you to begin and experience what this power truly means. Remember, the ancient secret was never external. It was always within you. The method was simple, yet the results are profound, and you can begin seeing these results if you commit to this nightly practice, and if you commit to yourself. What once felt impossible now feels not only possible, but inevitable, and this shift of perspective is where real transformation begins. It is in this understanding that you will begin to see how your life will change, and how your beliefs will transform into your new reality. You are finally ready. The shift, however, is not something you have to chase. It is something that will unfold naturally, in its own time, and in perfect timing. Be observant of the synchronicities and opportunities that will begin to present themselves. Relax, you do not have to try so hard. You have planted the seeds, and now you must allow them to grow. The changes are already coming. The universe is working in your favor. The most important thing is to not miss the signs as they appear. Now, consider this. What will you create now that you know this ancient secret? How will this new understanding change your perspective and your life? This isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a new chapter. What will you manifest now that you know that the power was always within you? The possibilities are limitless. This process is not limited to material desires. It can be applied to your health, your relationships, your happiness, and every other facet of your life. You can improve your peace of mind, you can improve your health, and you can improve your relationships by simply changing your internal world first. All aspects of your life can be transformed by this single practice. How will you apply this to your life? So, now that you have the understanding, I invite you to begin this nightly practice and to share your experiences, thoughts, and transformations in the comments below. Let's create a community of individuals who are actively creating their desired realities, who are not only taking charge of their lives, but also transforming the world around them. Let us be a support system for each other as we grow on this path. By sharing your story, you become part of a larger movement of transformation. Finally, I encourage you to explore the works of Neville Goddard and James Allen, and to dive deeper into ancient spiritual texts and teachings. Expand on your knowledge, deepen your understanding, and continue on this path of transformation. These texts will serve as additional support to your journey and will help you not only improve your practice, but also your understanding of your potential and the power that you hold within. By continuing to learn, you are continuing to grow, and this is just the beginning.